When I first arrived at the Swiss Garden Beach Resort in Kuantan, I have to admit, my first thoughts were, really? This is it? It looks so ordinary. I almost felt a tinge of disappointment. How could this hotel have a 4.4 star rating from close to 10,000 reviews on Google? Boy, am I glad that my initial impressions were dead wrong. First, a quick overview of the hotel. Swiss Garden Beach Resort is a 4-star hotel located on the Kuantan coastline, specifically Balok Beach, which is apparently one of the world's best windsurfing venues, according to the hotel website anyway. Incidentally, Swiss Garden Beach Resort is under the same umbrella of brands as the Swiss Garden Hotel and Residences in Genting Highlands, which we stayed at just a few months ago. The car park here at the Swiss Garden is open air and unsheltered, which is not great. The Kuantan sun can be rather unforgiving, so suffice to say, park your car here for a couple of hours and the inside will probably get hot enough to cook an egg. Also, walking to the hotel lobby from where you park your car can be slightly inconvenient, as you might get a parking lot furthest away from the lobby, especially if you are returning to the hotel late at night, and also it is somewhat of a climb up the slope or stairs to get to the lobby. Not good for lazy people like me. But car park aside, we had a pretty good experience at this hotel, so let's get into that right now, starting with the rooms. Swiss Garden offers 300 rooms across 6 different room types. We booked the Deluxe King room, newly renovated at 390 Malaysian ringgit including taxes and fees, which works out to be roughly 120 Singapore dollars based on the exchange rate at the time of making this video. The Deluxe King room probably falls under the Premier Deluxe Sea-Facing room type. Description here says, elegantly designed in tones evoking an airy feel, and the room is adorned with sleek rattan fixtures and intricate local motifs. Well, let's see about that, shall we? Initial impressions, the hotel room here has a rather minimalist, simple vibe that brings to mind our room at the Marriott Putrajaya, which I describe as being quite similar to the inside of a Muji store, but in this room here at the Swiss Garden, there definitely is a bit more rattan to the design. So yes, sleek rattan fixtures, check. This room doesn't jump out at you in any particular area, but that's actually a good thing. The refined simplicity of its decor and furnishings works well to give you a pleasant and unintrusive stay, blending into the background to let your comfort and coziness take center stage. At 43 square meters, it is most definitely spacious enough for 2 people, maybe even 3. So, evoking an airy feel, as they said, check! A family of 2 adults and 1 young child would find this to be a comfortable and pleasant room. It is a king-size bed here. You can request for a maximum of 1 extra bed if you need it. Across from it is the work desk and TV. To the right of the TV is what seems to be an intricate local motif they were talking about, so check! The wardrobe is open air, which I much prefer, as I mentioned in this video on the Twin Tower Residences. If your clothing is damp, whether you just came from having a dip in the pool or you just washed your clothes, it's much easier to get them dry thanks to the ventilation afforded by this type of wardrobe design. Next to the bed is a seating area with 2 chairs and a round table. Perfect place for a spot of afternoon tea, perhaps? Speaking of tea, the refreshments and minibar are next to the wardrobe behind this door. 2 bottles of water, instant coffees, teas, and a kettle. The safe is right below it. And below the safe is the mini fridge. Time for a quick bathroom tour. Nice round mirror, sink, toiletries, hand wash and body lotion, tissue box. And one more look before we go on to the toilet and towel rack. Quick pause here to mention that I appreciate that the towel rack is not mounted directly above the toilet. You know, if you're taking a dump and your towels are right above, it's a nice touch here to have the towel rack not directly above the place where you create literally a huge stink. Anyway, here's the shower cubicle. No rain shower here and also no bathtub. Here's one more look at the bathroom from another angle. Overall, no major complaints about this hotel room except maybe the air conditioning is a little loud even at the lowest fan setting. But it's not as bad as the one at Natra Bintan, and once I was in bed and ready to sleep, it really didn't bother me all too much. And most importantly, it keeps the room nice and cool. The Swiss Garden Beach Resort seems to take customer satisfaction quite seriously. I was less than 30 minutes inside the room filming all the various shots you saw earlier when I received a call on the room phone asking me to do a survey. The friendly customer rep on the phone asked me about the experience we had when we arrived, whether the bellboy helped us with our luggage, and even about the air conditioning. So it's good to know that the Swiss Garden cares about the quality of the customer experience. And no, this is not a sponsored video. Ooh, I almost forgot there is a balcony attached to this room, so let me, well, past me, step outside to show you what that's like. From the balcony, you have a bird's eye view of the swimming pool as well as the beach. There are a couple of chairs and a table in the balcony if you want to lounge there, although you can kind of see into other guests' balconies and vice versa, so not really private as they described it on their website. But at least there is a view of the South China Sea as advertised. The pool facility here is split into two, kids water park and main pool for adults, so let's head down there now to take a look. But first, speaking of things that are split into two, growing a YouTube channel is also somewhat split into two main areas, number of likes and number of subscribers, so please like and subscribe. Cheesy call to action aside, let's go take a look at the pool now. The pool facilities here are quite kid-friendly. Other than a smaller, shallower pool for kids to splash around in, there is also a water playground with a couple of water slides that promise hours of fun and entertainment. Literally called Splash, it's right in front of the restaurant where the breakfast buffet is served, but more on that later. If getting wet is not an option, there's a mini playground close by to the pool as well. And there's of course the kids club, but we'll talk about that later. In between Splash and the adult pool is a jacuzzi, and just behind it is the adult pool. It's a bigger and deeper pool that is somewhat shaped like a pear. The close proximity to the beach, numerous palm trees, umbrellas, and deck chairs all mesh together to give off a tropical island vibe here. And for some reason, it makes me think of the Caribbean. While Kuantan is obviously nowhere near the Caribbean, when you're there at this hotel, it really does look and feel Caribbean-esque, which is kind of nice. If you like to feel the sand between your toes, then you'll be happy to know that the beach is just a short walk away. It looks like dune buggies are available for rental here, if that's your thing, or you can fly a kite, or just park your children on the sand and just let them build sand castles. There is a bit of shade on this beach thanks to the trees, and numerous chairs sprinkled around the area mean that you don't have to sit yourself down directly on the sand. Finally, here's a view of the hotel from the beach. It looks a bit more like an actual beach resort when viewed from the beach, as compared to how it looks when viewed from the car park. Our room rate of 390 Malaysian ringgit or 120 Singapore dollars comes with breakfast included, which is served in the garden terrace. You can choose to dine indoors or outdoors. If you choose to be outdoors, then you'll be closer to Splash, the kiddie water playground and pool as mentioned earlier. That can be good or bad depending on how quiet you want your morning to be. The selection of food here is somewhat limited, not as many choices as you would expect. The restaurant layout also doesn't help. It's a little cramped, which makes navigating the buffet line a little challenging at times because of the narrow spaces around the tables. I'll briefly go through what's available here. There's nasi minyak, which pairs nicely with the ayam masak merah. There's mee goreng, although this right here looks more like bihun goreng. Chicken sausage, potato wedges, beef slices, dumplings, a make-your-own noodle soup station, which is next to the make-your-own porridge station, as well as a make-your-own salad station. And if you're wondering where the egg station is, a staple of every hotel breakfast buffet, it's actually located in an outdoor dining area. Finally, fruits, yogurt, and oats right here, as well as breads, muffins, and pastries. And coffee, tea, cereals, and a selection of jams, marmalades, and peanut butter. And that's about it. Overall, definitely nowhere near the best hotel breakfast buffet we've ever had. that honor still belongs to the 4 Points at Sheraton Phuket. In line with the kid-friendly theme, the kids club here at the Swiss Garden, called the Young Citizens of the World Club, is one of the biggest we've ever seen. In terms of space, it easily rivals those indoor kids playgrounds in malls that you'd have to buy a ticket for, but here it's of course included in your room rate. Your kids can look forward to playing on a mini indoor slide with lots of beanbags and toys to be found all over the place, including cooking stations. Older kids or those who are kids at heart can entertain themselves with a PlayStation game or two, which is pretty nice. Apparently, the kids club here also organizes a movie night for the kids. I dare say that the Swiss Garden here is one of the most kid-friendly hotels we've ever stayed at, so if you're coming to Kuantan with your kids, definitely consider staying here. Once again, not a sponsored video. The hotel gym called Burn and Build is surprisingly located next to the kids club. In fact, you'd actually have to enter the kids club first and go all the way in to access the door that leads to the gym. Anyway, here is the gym and all of the equipment available to you. It's not the biggest gym out there. That honor belongs to the gym at KLCC Star Suites, but it's a pretty standard size for a hotel gym. The on-site spa is Imbiana Reflexology and Spa. You can pause the video to check out the prices right there, or just go to their website for the latest prices. In case you're curious, here's what it looks like on the inside of one of their rooms. With that, we've come to the end of this video on the Swiss Garden Beach Resort in Kuantan. What did you think of it? Based on what you've seen in this video, is it worth the 120 Singapore dollars it costs per night to stay here at the Deluxe King Room? Well, let me know in the comments below. Next up, we're going to share our experience at the Timor Bay Seafront apartment, and it wouldn't be far-fetched of me to say that the pool there is possibly better than the one here at the Swiss Garden. So if you're curious to know what that's like, keep a lookout for the next video. Until then, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye for now.